Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. Chapter 1. Matthew is Surprised. In Canada, there is an island called Prince Edward Island. On this island, there is a small town called Avonlea. This is a story about a girl named Anne who came to live in Avonlea. This story happened at a time when there were no cars. In those days, everyone rode horses, or they rode in wagons that were pulled by horses. Near the town of Avonlea, there was a small farm. This farm was called Green Gables because the farmhouse had gables on the roof that were painted green. Do you know what a gable looks like? If you looked at a picture of Green Gables, you would see triangle shapes up on the roof. These are the gables. Green Gables had 3 of them. There was a window in each gable, and behind the window, there was a room on the top floor of the farmhouse. Pretty soon in this story, Anne will be looking out of one of those windows. The farmer who lived at Green Gables was a kind old man named Matthew Cuthbert. He lived there with his sister, Marilla Cuthbert. Matthew did most of the work in the field, and Marilla did most of the cooking and cleaning. Neither one had ever been married, and neither one had children. One summer evening, Marilla stood in the doorway of Green Gables and yelled, "Matthew Cuthbert, time for dinner!" She watched him as he walked in from the fields. She said to herself, "Matthew, you're working yourself to death. You're almost 60 years old, and you need some help out there." After dinner, Marilla said, "I have an idea." Matthew looked at his sister and smiled. "If your idea is to have a piece of apple pie, I like it," he said. "No, Matthew," said Marilla. "My idea is not about apple pie. It's about orphans." Matthew stared at his sister. "Orphans?" he asked. "Did you say orphans, Marilla?" Marilla was a woman who did not laugh very often, but the look on Matthew's face almost made her laugh. "You heard me," she said. "Orphans." Matthew could see that this was not a joke. "Now you just listen to me, Matthew Cuthbert," said Marilla. "You're not getting any younger, and you need some help with the chores. So I want to adopt a boy who has no parents. I want an orphan boy who is 10 or 11 years old. He could help you with your farm work, and we could help him by giving him a good home to live in," said Marilla. Matthew was not very good with words. He was smart, all right, but it was hard for him to find the right words to say. So he just sat there quietly for a while. Finally, he said, "I'd really have to think about this." "You don't need to think about it at all," said Marilla. "I've already done enough thinking for both of us." "But Marilla," said Matthew, "how would we get an orphan boy?" Marilla stood up from the table. "I've taken care of everything. I've sent a letter to the Home for Orphans in Nova Scotia. Tomorrow afternoon, you will take the horse and wagon to the train station. There will be an orphan boy there who will come back with you to Green Gables. That's all there is to it." Marilla began to carry the dishes to the sink. Matthew looked at his sister. "You make it sound so simple," he said. "That's because it is simple, Matthew," said Marilla. "Our life will be so much easier if you have help on the farm." The next afternoon, Matthew hitched the horse to the wagon. Then he changed into clean clothes, got into the wagon, and set out for the train station. His head was full of worries. He asked himself, what if this orphan boy doesn't like us? What if he doesn't like to work on a farm? Maybe Marilla and I are too old for this sort of thing, he said. When Matthew got to the train station, he had another worry. The train had already come and gone. There were a few people who were walking away from the station, but there was no boy. There was a young girl there. The girl was wearing a plain yellow dress and a faded brown hat. She was sitting down and holding an old bag. Matthew went into the office at the train station. The man in charge of the station was reading a newspaper. "Excuse me, sir," said Matthew. "I'm here to pick up an orphan boy from Nova Scotia." The man said, "I don't know about any orphan boy. There's that girl outside. Maybe she knows about your orphan boy. Go and ask her."